Let's go ahead and get started. Let me start here with Steven. Alright, this starts from either what you can call seated guard or butterfly guard. The most important thing is controlling the distance between me and my partner and also staying off the center of my hip. So what I want to do here is I either want to grab up my partner's neck. If it's no-gi, I'm grabbing up the neck, and notice I slid myself over, making a hole for my partner to fall into. I don't want to be here because now then if I pull him to reverse him, all of his weight's going to be on me and he's going to flatten me out. So this I don't need. So it's very important whether I control the collar, whether I control the neck, or whether I control the belt, I have to have some type of attachment to my partner. My next step is I have to make a hole for them to fall into. So I scoot my foot over to the side, and notice this big hole now that I've made for him to fall into. The next thing I need to do is reach under his arm, not over, but under the arm, and pull him in tight to me. If he's got a belt on, I'll use the belt. If he's got a gi on, I can use the gi. If he's got no gi, I just pat with my hand and pull him very tight to me because he's going to want to try to back up and get away. So I have to have him pulled very tight. The next mistake that a lot of you make, right now I don't care too much about the arm. He can post it. That don't really mean a lot to me. But what does matter is where my head is. Because if my head is low or if it's a little bit away from him, he's going to use his free arm here. No, your free arm. And he's going to push against me, and now forget about it. I'm not going to be able to get my move. So it's very important for my head to either be skin tight on this side of him or my head to be ear to ear on the other side. So if he tries to push against my head now, he can't. It's going to be just too hard for him. The next step, I know he's going to want to put a lot of weight on this knee. So to stop that is I straighten my leg just a little bit. And I take my elbow and I point the point toward the ceiling. Now that he can't put any weight over on that side. And even if he posts this hand out wide, all I do is using my elbow, keeping him up in the air, I scoot over to that arm and grab it up, pull it in tight. Keeping my head glued to him, my elbow point toward the ceiling. Now I lean to my shoulder and I either go to side mount here or I go to mount position, depending on how he's feeding me. So once again, from here, I got to make sure that I don't pull myself up to the center of my hip. This isn't going to be good because any smart grappler here is going to push me back to my back. And now it's going to be hard for me to do anything. So it's very important here that I always am off to my side here. Big hole for him to fall into. I reach around. If he's got a belt on, I'm always going to control that belt. If he don't, I hold tight here. My ear glued to his ear. I reach out. If his arm is there, I'll catch the arm. My elbow pulls tight against his wrist so he can't put it on the mat. Some of y'all get in a hurry. You hold just the arm, but he can still put his hand on the mat. And that's going to cause me a lot of problems. So I have to slide my elbow, contouring down to his wrist. Now, from here, he's going to try to post a lot of weight on his left side. So my elbow's got to come up in the air, and my foot here kind of slides out. Now, if he tries to put weight over there, he can't. And now from here, all I do is lean to my shoulder, and I either go to mount position or side mount. Alright guys, let's grab our partner. Let's work on hook and flip. Reversal number 4 is what we call it here at the school. Let's all break.
That makes it harder.
Guys, let's all break. Let's work on something now that is going to be very popular for them to stop. And how they stop it is they always put a foot up. I know some of y'all are beginners, not really sure what I'm saying, so I'll go over this. Don, please. So a lot of people, when they realize they're in trouble, especially wrestlers, when he's sitting up here, he's got me grabbed up, they'll put their wad out to stop it, their foot out. It's a very popular way for me to shut his reversal down, because not only will I put my foot out, but I'll be pushing to get him back on the center of his what? Hip, so there's no way he can roll me. So they won't leave it out long. They'll post it for a moment, and then they'll push and get them back on the center of their hip. So from here they work their guard passes. So let's work on what if. Well, what if it does happen? So again, here he puts his foot out to stop it. Now, very important, I can't take a coffee break here. I immediately let go of his arm and catch his leg. Now watch my bottom foot. I scoot my hip over. No, post with your arm. And look, I've used what we call my X guard. From here, my foot came inside. Very important, his shin, I have to have up on my shoulder and my head hugging his shin tight. I stretch him out. I put my inside foot on the mat. I post my other hand on the mat, and I stand up. Now, if he's working good balance here, both hands on the mat, he's not falling over, I just reach in and double leg him. And put him on the mat. That's how it looks in slow motion. But again, that's got to be done pretty quick. Again, here, I'm working, I catch him, but he posts his leg. Now he's going to push with that foot and put me back here. See, now I can't roll him. He'll put his knee back, and my chance is gone. Because it's going to be too hard to roll him with me being on the center of my hip. I will have to readjust. So again, if he posts here before I catch his arm, that's all right. I catch that arm, post this foot on the mat, and I turn quickly to my other side. Now he'll post probably. If he don't, he'll just get rolled, and that's a plus. The other foot comes in. This hand keeping him from reaching over and grabbing me. I stop that. His shin up on my shoulder, my head hugging his leg tight. He's going to want to try to put weight on me here. I stretch him out. My foot, the inside foot, comes here. I stand up. See, now he's keeping his balance again. If he does this, I step in, double leg. Take him to the mat. All right, guys. Let's grab our partner. Let's work on this one. Leg back where I can't grab it. If he does this, I change and I roll him what direction? Because here he's posting where I can't what? Grab it. But that's fine, because that's not going to stop me from rolling him where? I just look this direction and I roll him away from this foot if I can't grab. But let's just say that I'm real intent on grabbing that leg anyways. If I'm real intent, he puts it back, I keep weight here, and now look, I'll let go of his arm and I'll slither over to where I can what? Grab it. Quickly change and stretch him out. Step in for my double leg. Okay. Alright guys, let's continue on. I'll break.
No, sir.
Let's work on another detail here of what can and usually will go wrong when you're working the hook and flip reversal. So there'll be times that you'll get a hold of someone here, you'll get a good grab, but they pull back on you. And as he pulls back, he's actually kind of lifting me where now I can't roll him. It's going to be too hard. So this can happen to you sometimes. And let's go over an easy way to figure out the issue to the problem. So anytime I hit this and he starts to pull back, I set up on my knee. If you notice, as he pulled, my knee, as he pulls, go ahead, my knee doesn't stay there and me fight him. As he pulls, I just set up with it. My knee, there's my set out drill. My knee comes over his leg and I set out, and then from here I can start working my submissions.